So the video that I'm making today will be a discussion of how can we improve our events that we do in the Destiny playlist. Events like Vanguard, Gambit, Crucible. We got the Legend, which is all raids and dungeons, and many other things like GM, XP, seasonal pass, and raids. And obviously there's other things. So this video will be a really long video, but I'm gonna make sure to make parts of it, like part 1, part 2, and then pushing in like that, talking about pretty much everything. So each video will cover a certain aspect of the game. The one that I'm gonna start with today would be the Vanguard Strike. But before I go in and have the discussion, I would like to advise you that this would be agree to disagree video. You don't have to agree. You can agree. It's opinion. It's opinion of how I feel and my thousands, if not millions, of how they feel. So you don't have to agree if you don't want to. You can agree if you want to. But we would like to keep it positive, of good feedback, good comments, away from toxic events that gets us to nowhere. And I'm gonna start talking about the Vanguard Strike. So that will be part 1, which is talking about the Vanguard. The Vanguard Strikes, you got your normal Vanguard Strike here. The thing I don't like about the Vanguard Strike is that you are forced to use a specific burn each day, I believe, which is Arc Singe in this case today, and then Stasis. Now, I don't like that personally. I feel like every player is entitled to run whatever super they want. You want Solar, Arc, Void, Stasis, run it. There's no really reason to force the player to, you must run this to get your what you want, to get your pinnacle or powerful. That's just not really, to me, not really intelligent. And so I hope that changes. I hope we can have the option to run what we really like in terms of burns. We have a negative modifier here, Blackout, which is fine. I think negative modifiers, they add an element to the game. Some of us like it, some of us don't. But they do add a flavor to how we can play. But at the same time, and I know they do that, but today, there's nothing. Which is they add positive modifiers like Grenadier, Brawler, Heavyweight. But what if we can have these on all the time, each day we have them? You got the advantages and disadvantages, make us powerful, also make the enemies powerful, while everything is balanced. And then on a weekly rotation, each week, change them, make the ads go crazy, and make us go crazy. That's what we really want from the strike. Don't limit us to just have the burn, you must run the burn, and he's advantages, maybe I'll throw an advantage at you. How about everything? How about you? We want to run whatever we want, give us advantages, give us disadvantages, make the ads go crazy, make me go crazy as a player, and let me run what I want. And that's what I want to see from modifiers. Now, inside the strike itself, I would personally like to go back to how Destiny 1 was. Give me armor and guns related to the strike. I know they already kind of do that, but like we're gonna have the quotation of kinda. But it's not like Destiny 1, where the armor itself relates to the strike, or the gun itself relates to the strike. And like think about Arms Dealer, Brockadzon, the gun that he has in his hands. What if that gun can be ours? I mean, logically makes sense. I go to kill him, we're Guardians, we loot. So this is what I personally want to see that. What if his whole armor, the whole green set, can be given, let's say, as an example, and this would be probably disagree to a lot of people. But what if the armor can be obtained on tines only? Because it looks like a tine build there we can make. They did that for the Shield Brothers in Destiny 1, where you can have the arms only for the Titans. So that's something they can really look into. You know, we have so many other bosses that we can fight. What if you get the cloak of Sidia from the corrupted? I mean, not the cloak, the robes, like a warlock running that. That makes sense. You like we spoke about the armor for from the arms dealer. You have this kind of anarchy type gun, which I think we have it anyway. It looks like we have it, but maybe another version of it from the Exodus crash. And the list goes on and on. But having that idea of an armor itself and guns represented to you, the theme of it, the strike itself, that's something I would really look into. But these are mainly the points that I have for Vanguard Strike. There's not much of make the theme of the strike giving to us. It makes sense. We kill them, we loot them. It just really makes sense. Now, I'm going to talk about the Nightfall. And I think this one would be agree from most point. Again, there's always the disagreement that will happen, but I feel like this would be agree point. And this is something that brought to my attention, and I'm very sure a lot of people thought of it. You have 4 difficulties: Adept, Hero, Legend, and Master. Now, if you really notice here, you got Adept and then Hero. Matchmaking on for both. Legend and Master off. Why is that? It doesn't make sense. If you're gonna have two of them on, why can't you have the other 2 on so you can have the 4 on? That's something I just don't understand. And I wish that they make a change to it where we can have all of them on. It just logically makes sense. So I don't have to go and look for clans, LFGs. And this is not the topic of don't go join a clan. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like instead of LFGing using the app, which again, we love the app, we use it a lot, but I'm saying what if we can have it in game where it's on? And the other thing, let's just make it on master because it will make all the perks modifiers, sorry. But again, if you see this, we got champions, which is fine. The champion is a topic of, you know, we hate them, we love them. They're okay to me personally. They add a flavor. Match game, again, forces you to go into a burn. Again, I'm okay with it personally. I know others may not like it. This is another thing here. 25% void damage dealt and 50% void damage received. That's not fair. If they're gonna hit me with 50, I want to hit them with 50. It's a fair battle that I'm going in. If my enemy's crazy, I'm gonna be crazy too. If he's weak, then maybe make me weak, even though we will win at the end. We're guardians, it's what we do. But that's not really the point. Is let's kick ass, kinda, or it is. But the way I look to it is make it fair. If they get 50, we should get 50. Or just remove it, where it's fine. Like we don't have to have burns for at least, you know, dealing and receiving. To me, I like a burn that because it forces me kind of to use that element really well. Like let's say it's void, so a lot of people will pull like void rockets, you know, or void linears. These are the most used. Again, there's other option, but this is the most used, linears. So would like to see honestly fairness. If I'm giving 50 to them as they're giving 50 to me, that's just fair. Champions are okay. Maybe I'll rework them a little bit, especially the overload. They tend to be really buggy. That's something I would fix. I will fix the overload. Anti-barrier are okay. I feel like they don't really bring much trouble. Overload usually become inconsistent, especially with their health, especially on Grandmaster and Master. Unstoppable, sometimes they go wild and teleport sometimes. So maybe these are things that the game should look into and try to readjust and fix if possible. But there's really not much I can tell you here. Just really making the matchmaking on for all, and a fair fight between them and us. They get 50, we get 50. They get 100, we get 100. The rest is given. We go with it, we deal with it. Maybe give us a little bit of more advantages, but that will make it too easy. Well, it's not about easy, it's about destruction. It's about us going in and kicking ass. That's how I look to it. There's a lot of negative modifiers here. Maybe throw a little bit, one or two that give us a little bit of power. I won't mind it. It's not to make it easy. We all like a challenge, but it's just to make things balance. Now, the other topic is Grandmasters. Oh my god, where do I start with Grandmasters? So, the way I look to Grandmasters, one of the point that I feel a lot of people will agree to disagree, but I feel like a lot of people will agree, is really the power level recommendation. I know what you want to say, but you know, it's for hardcore players, it's the end game, people should grind, but let's be honest. Grind means let's bounty farm, or let's play a lot. And I get that, that's what you want everybody to be, playing a lot. But if you're not playing a lot, you're just gonna sit and do bounties, and that's a topic for another video. You know, it's this is like sensitive topic, because I know the hardcore players and then the players who play this game religiously want the grind, which we want. But the grind is not really bounty farming, not XP farming, not going AFK in Shadow Throne or the Moon and getting XP, you know, each night. I think maybe reduce it, like the Nightfall level, maybe by 10, to give a chance to all. Now I'm just looking after all. The people who already been hardcore, they'll be chilling. The people who I'm almost there or I'm not even close can get access to it. I think it's just fair giving access to every person in the game, as long as they grind a little bit or a little bit above that, to give them a chance to experience Nightfalls. A lot of people have lives, and that should be something understandable. You know, there's kids, school, parents, and so many on things. So, but we're passionate players. A lot of us are passionate when we put the time and effort to play a game that we really admire and love, and we have that passion for. And it should be really given. The game should be giving to us the opportunity to go and experience this. Not necessarily to complete it. It's just to see it. How can I adjust? How can I be better? And the other topic which we spoke about, but more emphasize on it, is a lot of disadvantages. This, like, most of these are disadvantages, like 95% of them. Give disadvantages, you're fine, but also give advantages. And one of the most important things, like, I'm not sure if they fixed it, but at least it says here, joining in progress disabled. Please fix that. There's a lot of time that I myself and thousands if not millions of players, including friends, LFG, they will lag from the event, joining in progress disabled, and then they can't join back. There is lag, there is connection error. There's really a lot of factors of why you can't join back. Mostly lag. I lagged. Error codes. We can go on and on with that. But lags, error codes, or emergencies for like 10 minutes, okay, it can be. Then you get kicked to orbit. Please fix that. And I'm not sure if they fixed that. If they did, then kudos, GG. That's what we want to see. But with really Grandmasters, I want more rewards. I know the rewards here, like you get an exotic, ascended chart, and the adept gun, and the adept mods. See, I remember a lot of times whenever it's double reward, people go crazy. They farm it left and right. They fill their inventory. They optimize, all of their vault. It's all, they upgraded to 10. They have them in the vault. We were going crazy. I remember, like, a lot of players were going crazy. how about if we have double loot all the time? So people actually can be going in after these Nightfall Grandmasters every time they can get their hands. Okay, I'm low on materials, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna do it over and over and over. I'm gonna be full. And it's okay. I don't see the problem about giving more to the game that you know, that we play. I mean, we put effort, then give us what we want, more. Exotics, different perks, and buff the exotics where it's actually good stats. Don't give us those lazy stats. That's not playing the game. That's just wasting time. Give us the guns. I mean, they give the guns. The one change I like is the adept now are guaranteed instead of RNG. Amazing work for that. When a credit's due to Bungie, you gotta give them the thumbs up. They had so many great things. Like I said, agree to disagree, advantages and disadvantages, but we want more. We want to keep the double loot going all the time because that forces me, not necessarily force me, that gives me the option, better term, to go in and kick ass. That's what we want to see. And the joining disabled, if it's fixed, like I said, good job. If not, I'm not really sure. Like, I have to test it. And the other thing that I want to talk about is really this, and I think you guys may agree on this. So if you go to Commander Zavala right now, we have a rank right here. So right now, currently I'm a 14 out of 17. It's XP. You play Nightfall, Grandmasters, and Strikes, all give more points. You will get up to 17, and then you will reset. I think I reset 4 times so far, if I'm not wrong. But here's the thing about this. Rank rewards. Is this really rewards, like these things right here? Is these really rewards? Because I can do a bounty and get these 2. I can get 4. I can also buy this. And these, oh my god, let's be honest. They sit in our vault. Not in vault, sorry. They sit in our postmaster, which, let me show you. And I think this is a situation that we deal with a lot right here. See? I'll even delete some. Okay, maybe not all. But the point is, there's so many of it. So many of them. That's not really rewards. I would expect each rank to give me something a little bit gives you the feeling of this is a reward, including a gun, armor, ghost, sparrow, emote. Why can't we have that? Like, rank up to here, and congratulations, you have a ghost related to strikes. You have a shader related to strike. We, as players, we love shaders, ghost, emblems, and ships, sparrows, guns, armor. We love that. Why can we have it here where the grind for it actually little bit difficult? Now when I say difficult, it's points. Everybody can make it to rank 17 in a day. Just run Grandmasters. You'll make it, especially on a double loot. Not the double loot as reward that we were talking about, like double XP loot. So this should be really looked at. And then really, the last one to complete this is an exotic that I can go to a last sector and obtain at any time with what I really want, kind of. But that should be worked. Bounties, I'm not going to even go there. I'm going to stop right there because that's a discussion until another day. Featured armor, okay. Seasonal armor that we get, I can go with that. That's fine. Seasonal armor that related to the season and a strike, I can go with that. Another thing is why this emblem is still here since 2017, because that is the first emblem you get when you do Prestige Nightfall back in 2017. I don't know why it's here. So I acquired it. Can't hold more. Let me delete really quick. And I still don't understand why this is here. What it says quest, but there's nothing. So I hope they they've really looked to these and worked them. But that will be it for part 1. If you find this video amazing, I can go on and make the others about Gambit and Crucible. Some of these things you probably heard about it many times from other content creators, but I want to see them from my own point of view, kind of. And again, like I said, some of us will agree to disagree. I know I used agree to disagree a lot, but really it's just how the game is. You can agree and disagree, and we're all entitled to our opinions. And I would like to see changes from how I look to it, but also others might agree with these changes. And most of these things really people spoke about. And if there's a point that they forgot, then maybe I highlighted that. I'm not really sure. But if this goes really good, I will keep up and talk about pretty much everything. But I like to keep it short, even though I think this one wasn't really short video. But that will be it really for part 1. And for part 2 to come, we'll see how that goes and how people will take this. But thank you pretty much for your viewership, and I appreciate it. And I'll catch you in part 2.